Hi friends, it's Mrs. Mayo in your Garden of Learning on a beautiful spring day. It's just gorgeous. I hope that you're enjoying it. Maybe you're out on a bike ride or a hike or a walk or in your own backyard. And when you come in, I'll have some stories for you. And Mrs. Hinton was very kind and let me borrow a few books again from the library. And I've never read this one, so it'll be fun reading it together with you. And it's called If You Plant a Seed, and it's the words and the paintings are by Kadar Nelson. If you plant a tomato seed, a carrot seed, and a cabbage seed, in time, with lots of love and care, tomato, carrot, and cabbage plants will grow. You can see the big, yummy tomatoes, and the carrots, and the cabbages. Oh, yummy, that's the best part. They're having a picnic. I know how much you love to eat the things you grow in the garden. Oh, looks like some friends want to join their picnic. I wonder if they'll share. What do you think? I think I'd share, don't you? They look like they're pretty hungry. If you plant a seed of selfishness in a very short time, it will grow and grow and grow. Wow, look at that. If they had just shared. They look mad. Into a heap of trouble. But if you plant a seed of kindness, in almost no time at all, the fruits of kindness, look how their birds are dropping all the seeds like they do in the garden. Will grow and grow and grow. They must have dropped some Swiss chard seeds and cabbage seeds and sunflower seeds and corn seeds and watermelon. Look at all those. That's a lot of seeds of kindness. And they are very, very sweet. I liked that book a lot. It's so much better to plant seeds of kindness. Now we have another book, and it's kind of a long book, so get comfortable. Are you ready? And it's called Weslandia by Paul Fleischman, and it's illustrated. That means the pictures are drawn by Kevin Hawks. This is also a borrowed book from the library, and I've also never read this one either. Of course he's miserable, moaned Wesley's mother. He sticks out like a nose, snapped his father. Listening through the heating vent, Wesley knew that they were right. He was an outcast from the civilization around him. He, alone in his town, disliked pizza and soda, alarming his mother and school nurse. He found professional football stupid. He refused to shave half of his head, the hairstyle worn by all the other boys, despite his father's bribe of $5. Passing his neighborhood's two styles of housing, garage on the left and garage on the right, Wesley alone dreamed of more exciting forms of shelter. He had no friends, but plenty of tormentors. Fleeing them was the only sport he was good at. Each afternoon, his mother asked him what he learned in school that day. That seeds are carried great distances by the wind, he answered on Wednesday. That each civilization has its staple food crop, he answered on Thursday. That school's over and I should find a good summer project, he answered on Friday. As always, his father mumbled, "I'm sure you'll use that knowledge often." Suddenly, Wesley's thoughts shot sparks. His eyes blazed. His father was right. He actually could use what he learned that week for a summer project that would top all the others. He would grow his own staple food crop and found his own civilization. The next morning, he turned over a plot of ground in his yard. That night, a wind blew in from the west. Can you see it? It raced through the trees and set his curtains snapping. Wesley lay awake, listening. His land was being planted. "5 days later, his first seedlings appeared. You'll have almighty bedlam on your hands if you don't get those weeds out," warned his neighbor. "Actually, that's my crop," replied Wesley. "In this type of garden, there are no weeds." Following ancient tradition, Wesley's fellow gardeners grew tomatoes, beans, Brussels sprouts, and nothing else. Wesley found it thrilling to open his land to chance, to invite in the new and the unknown. Wow. Wow. The plants shot up past his knees, then his waist. They seemed to be all of the same sort. Wesley couldn't find them in any book. "Are those tomatoes, beans, or Brussels sprouts?" asked Wesley's neighbor. "None of the above," replied Wesley. "Ooh, look, and they have all kinds of good wildlife and insects." Fruit appeared yellow at first, then, and you see inside the flower, then blushing to magenta. Ooh, a pretty bright pink. Wesley picked one and sliced through the rind to the juicy purple center. He took a bite and found the taste an entrancing blend, of peach, strawberry, pumpkin pie, and flavors he had no name for. Ignoring the shelves of cereals in the kitchen, Wesley took to breakfasting on the fruit. He dried half of a rind to serve as a cup, built his own squeezing device, and drank the fruit's juice throughout the day. It looked like he maybe used a vegetable, like a gourd, for his cup. Pulling up the plant, he found large tubers. Those are kinds of roots. He found large tubers on the roots. These he boiled, fried, or roasted on the family barbecue, seasoning them with a pinch of the plant's slightly aromatic leaves. It was hot work tending to his crop. To keep off the sun, Wesley wove himself a hat from the strips of the plant's bark. His success with the hat inspired him to devise a spinning device like a wheel and loom on which he wove a loose-fitting robe from the stalks and fibers. Unlike jeans that he found scratchy and heavy, the robe was comfortable, reflecting the sun, and offered opportunities for pockets. Wow. His schoolmates were scornful, then curious. Grudgingly, Wesley allowed them 10 minutes apiece at his mortar, crushing the plant's seeds to collect the oil. This oil had a tangy scent and served him both as a suntan lotion and a mosquito repellent. He rubbed it on his face each morning and sold small amounts to his former tormentors at the price of $10 a bottle. "What's happened to your watch?" asked his mother one day. Wesley admitted that he no longer wore it. He told time by the stalk that he used as a sundial and had divided the day into 8 segments. The number of petals on the plant. He adopted a new counting system as well, based likewise upon the number 8. Such innovations he named Weslandia. Weslandia. That took me quite a few times. Wow, it's beautiful. Uninterested in traditional sports, Wesley made up his own. They were designed for a single player and used many different parts of the plant. His spectators looked on with envy. Realizing that more players would offer games that would include his schoolmates, games rich with strategy and complex scoring systems, he tried to be patient with the other players' blunders. Doesn't that look like a fun game? Looks like lacrosse on stilts. August was unusually hot, and Wesley built himself a platform and took to sleeping in the middle of Weslandia. He passed the evenings playing a flute he fashioned from a stalk, or gazing up at the sky, renaming the constellations. Wow, doesn't that look amazing? Wow. His parents noted Wesley's improved morale. "It's the first time in years he's looked happy," said his mother. Wesley gave them a tour of Weslandia. "What do you call this plant?" asked his father. Not knowing its name, Wesley had begun calling it Swiss, from the sound of its leaves rustling in the breeze. In like manner, he named his new fabrics, games, and foods until he created an entire language. Mixing the plant's oils with soot, Wesley made a passable ink. As the finale to a summer project, he used ink and his own 80-letter alphabet to record the history of his civilization's foundings. Wow. In September, Wesley returned to school. See the little neighbor there with just his little basket of tomatoes? When he returned to school, he had no shortage of friends. This is one of my new favorite books. I can't imagine having one plant that could do all of those things. We've had lots of volunteer plants in this garden, including, I don't know, you probably can't see it, including our huge catalpa tree that was brought in by a bird that brought the big seed. So that's it for now, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed story time and are staying safe and well and at home. Take care. Bye.